Panelists natin, we have our visitors and partners from Kings. We have from our fabricator partner and our beneficiaries ng mga toda po ng bigutan. And then we have, of course, Doc Maris, our project leader, and Doc Blessy, MSD Chief po. And then, of course, our very own, our director, Dr. Maria Patricia Zanza. So, the floor is now open po. Who will ask the first question? So, first row muna po tayo. Yes, Ate Esther.
Good morning to all. Mr. Gallardo of Manila District. I would like to know what material that is. I have heard Abaca fabric to be used as the roofing of that Tryk ni Juan. What is the material? What is the fabric? Do we have it ready, or you'll produce the fabric just for that?
Abaca actually is a fabric that's made from abaca. Abaca is just like banana tree. So it looks like banana tree, and then there's a trunk that we get the fibers, and then we made it into a fabric.
Just like cinnamide.
Just like cinnamide. Yeah, it's a common like cinnamide, raffia, but raffia is a low class of abaca. So we just similar like that, of course.
So it's ready.
Yeah, it's ready. It's ready. We have a lot here in Bicol region.
Thank you very much.
So, Ate Mel po from Radyo ng Bayan. Pagano na lang po para maayos.
Okay, so after today, Director Kim and both of you are here. So, and Dr. John. Okay. I will speak in Tagalog because, all right. So,
I wouldn't understand
So
anything.
you will understand. Okay, kasi sinabi ni Ate Esther, tela. Actually, hindi yung tela, di ba? Kasi parang, kung iisipin ng isang tao, parang bakit gagamitin natin sa tricycle yung itong sinamay, di ba dapat pangdamit lang yun? Di ba? Parang sayang naman. Pero dahil sabi nga ninyo, ginagamit yung nanotechnology, parang napakaganda rin, di ba? Pero ito ba, puro talaga abaca? Wala ba siyang metal or what? Kasi kung metal nga, pag tinumaan ng bala yan, tatapos, di ba? Pero ito ba, pag umulan ba or uminit, hindi ba siya masisira? Or gaano ba katagal ang itatagal nito? Okay, first question. Ang second question ko po, parang hindi safe ang driver kasi pag umulan, parang mababasa siya. Lalagyan ba yan ng trapal? Okay, kasi yung passenger lang ang yung passenger lang ang parang safe sa ulan at sa init. Tapos ang third question ko, hindi ko ba maapektuhan itong inyong ginagawang tricycle kung ang abaca po ay merong hindi maganda ang quality. Halimbawa yung nakuha ninyong abaca ay merong virus. Hindi ba yun, tatagal din ba yun sa ginawa natin composite dito sa tricycle? Maraming salamat.
Can you repeat the first question? Kasi dami.
Tatlo na yun.
Number one.
Number one. Sabi ko, bakit ginagamit ito?
Ba't imbis na damit?
Tricycle, dapat sa PTRI yan, di ba? Dahil yun ang kanilang fabric at kanilang special.
Number one kasi, we call it fabric kasi it's in the form of wig. It's a different yung texture of the textile we cloth is different from the fabric that we use. Yun. And as I don't know if I have to say this, I think it's very difficult to produce textile for clothing 100% abaca. So I think they have a combination of cotton. But in our case, it's really 100% abaca. And just we weave it into we call it cross and fly. That's why we call it a fabric. The second question. Safety. Okay, actually, the design. Yeah, you're right that that's one of our improvement for the second generation. And then we have to do some design that we can extend on the, let's say if they have a problem all the time, lalo na pag umuulan. So that's ano. And I think it's really safe para dun sa passenger.
Okay, gaano katagal siya kapag inulanan at
We did a lot of experiments on the water absorption, and I think it really will last long.
20 years?
Hopefully,
Okay, ano bang gusto niyo sa...
yeah, we did some accelerated studies, and there's no change in weight or appearance when we did some with the rometer subject with the regular condition. So wala naman kami nakitang pagkakaiba when it comes to that. Nagkaroon kami na acceleration.
Okay, follow-up question, last question ko na ito. Dito po sa Pangulo ng TODA, sabi ninyo kanina, makikipagtulungan kayo. Actually, kayo ang tinulungan, di ba? Tinulungan kayo ng ITBI at ng HIN. Ano po naman ang inyong maitutulong para sa iba pa rin yung mga kababayan na gusto magkaroon ng ganitong tricycle?
Sa amin po, katulad sa sinabi ko, kami nagpapasalamat dahil pinagkaloob sa amin doon itong biyaya sa amin. Kami po ang tinulungan. Ngayon, sa pagtulong nila, tutulungan din namin para pangalagaan at laging malinis para komportable yung aming mananakay, talagang maganda ang abaka. Kasi hindi pwede na binigay sa amin, pabayaan namin, pangit naman, hindi naman maganda eh. Baka mamaya, sabi ko nga, may mga susunod pa na mga ganitong biyaya, makikita nila na maganda yung paggamit namin. Kaya yung sinasabi niyong kung ano katagal, sa nakikita namin sa sa pagkabit namin, siguro papalit ka ng 10 motor, bulok na yung motor mo, papalit ka baka yung bubong na pa rin sa tibay. Sa ano ko lang, sa pananaw ko lang na pagkatibay ko.
Pero paano ho napili itong ibang nagkaroon ng tricycle?
Bakit yung grupo na to?
Oo.
Una po kasi, una namin pinag-isipan is yung accessibility ng field testing. So, mas maganda po kasi, mas malapit. Kaya ito pong kinuha namin dalawang story ba yun? Asosasyon, yung dumadaan dito sa amin, General Santos. One is yung white na tinatawag nila, and the other one is black. Yung po yung pumapasok sa DOST. Sila po yung pag kailangan namin ng tricycle, sila po yung pumapasok. So that's the reason why. And at the same time, mas madali po nating tingnan kung malapit lang po sila. Madali ang communication. Monitor po namin.
Okay, salamat po. Bagamat huli na po, sasabihin ko lang po muna ito. Let's give others a chance to ask their questions. So, lahat po, isang question, entitled sa isang question and one follow-up question. So that all the others can pose their own questions also. So, next question.
Yeah, thank you very much to the members of the panel. This is a technology that I think really bodes well for ordinary citizens of the land because this is not a super high-end technology, but indeed it's still high-end technology because it makes use of nanotechnology, which remains an area not very much explored in the Philippines. So now may I ask, nanotechnology is supposedly the science of small. So I wonder exactly how you have made use of the principles of nanotechnology to produce still a very commonplace product such as this. Because I've always thought of nanotechnology as really producing only high-end esoteric products. But here this is such a commonplace product that I'm sure could be appreciated also by the rest of the average population. Another thing, I am also wondering what is the percentage of organic and inorganic components that have been blended together to produce this product. So if we could hear your answers to those questions, thank you.
Okay. Doon po sa nanotechnology, we are on the part kasi fiber is baka is an organic.
Yes, right.
And then mostly po ng component niya is organic. Yung po
Mostly.
ating binder dun sa ating abaka is also organic.
Yes.
And when it comes to the nano, a little amount of nano on the part of the, kung nakita niyo po may puti, yun po yung color. So dun sa color kami nag-add. Sa coating, we call it gel coating.
Okay. And what is the percentage, ma'am? Could you give us an estimate
Yeah.
of how many percent organic to how many percent inorganic?
It's actually, when we say nanotechnology, we add a small, really small amount. It's ranged from 1 to 5%.
Ah, okay.
That small amount can
Of
give you
inorganic.
tremendous change of properties. Kaya po sinabi siyang nanotechnology.
Marissa, if I may
Yes.
answer to that question.
Yes,
Um,
Dr. Kim.
If you have more than 60% of the fibers, the composite is called as good composite.
Ah,
So that's the question that you're probably looking for. And adding nano to composite
yes.
is adding functions, not strength.
Slightly,
Only
the
very
functionality.
slight of strength, 10 to
yeah.
15% maximum. But normally you are adding nano powders to composite to increase the functionality of the composite. So that's probably as you.
Yes. Okay, yeah, follow up. What qualities have been added to this product?
Blessy was Dr. Blessy was she was working with some nanoclay technology. So we haven't really added nanoclay technology
Yes.
to current
Nanocomposite, you
not
said.
yet. So they'll be working on it in the future.
Yeah, in the process.
But
Still in the
yeah, but
research stage. Okay.
Next question.
Yes,
Tanong ko lang po, ma'am, di ba ang pinamimili yung boom sa driver's side? Tapos 15 sila na binigyan nyo nung una. Magkano po yung halaga nun kung halimbawa may ibang mag-a-avail? At kung kasama po yung sidecar, di ba meron na tayong manufacture dyan na sidecar? Maganda naman po siya. Alam ko maraming mag-a-avail lalo na doon sa pag nakakita ng product talaga. Kano naman po yung halaga?
yung tricycle,
in
isang
the
unit.
field testing, but we can give you only an approximate amount. It's about, it range from the 12,000 to 15,000, including if there are some, the added accessories. So kung group lang talaga siya without any accessories, around 12,000. With a sidecar, it's quite difficult yet to provide the cost because we have only one. So, medyo mahirap po kami magbigay talaga ng actual yes, for the product. Yeah. So, it means volume production.
Kay Mr. Claret. Sir, di ba 15 yung nabigyan? May balak nyo bang mag-avail nung sidecar mismo? At yung mga kasamahan nyo, kung encourage nyo pa silang gamitin sidecar.
Sa amin kasi, yung mga membro namin, nakikita po nila. Ngayon pa lang, may nagtatanong na kung halimbawa raw kung magkano kung sila ay magpagawa. Ngayon, ang sagot niya namin, hindi namin alam kung, kasi ang pinag-usapan dito hindi pa presyo po. Ang pinag-usapan, parang hindi pa ako doon sa presyo po kasi libre. Hindi pa kami nag-uusap tungkol. Sila nakakaalam po dyan eh. Pero sa amin, may nagtatanong na. sakali na makita nila, lalo pa yung buo na yung isa na yan, maaari talagang magustuhan po nila. Kasi sa amin, 164 unit, pag makita yan kasi magpagawa talaga sila. Nakikita nila yung tibay.
Ilan po ang miyembro ng samahan?
Pa-
Ilan ang miyembro ng samahan?
Ang membro namin nasa 700 na po. Nasa 700 na.
And then I will ask our fabricator. Yung friends.
Actually, hello. Regarding sa price, wala pa kaming complete bargain for the price kasi under development pa ngayon right there. So, ayan ang conclude ng price. Tapos yung may pa natin na kung all talaga material. Tsaka yung completed product na sasabitan sa public. So, for now, wait muna. Yung group muna ng motorcycle yung medyo complete na.
And through automation of some of the processing technology, we can lower the price. So you have a certain amount of numbers, volume, large volumes.
Congratulations, I'm July. My first question is, you have pre-building a prototype. How about if there is an interesting do you have a collaboration or adapter of this project outside Taguig? Meron na po bang nagpakita ng interest for this new administration?
So this activity is basically for field testing yet. We are doing it. Meron po maraming step no before we will really go on commercialization. So at this point, we are getting information on the actual application of our product. So that is why we are giving away 15 units for this tricycle driver to actually use it and provide us the data on its performance. And if there are any innovation that we need to do, we are going to conduct innovation until we can really perfect the design and of the Tryk ni Juan. So ito po yung, and then after that, then we'll be able to really find collaborators to commercialize it. But since there are many interested companies or who wants to collaborate with us, then we need to finish first our field testing activity before we will open into the next collaborator.
Follow-up question po.
If we're perfect.
What are the next questions po? Kasi po, ma'am, di ba, we have a different legal na pag nabangga, yung dinadent lang nila, madaling magawa po. What is the difference of this design? Pag halimbawa may konting bangga ba siya, di ba may dent na ginagamit? For this example po na accident, yung for the designer, madali din po ba siya ma-dent na maibalik in the same structure niya?
Actually, yung question mo about damage, yung strength ng material rather than the metal, mas superior yung composite.
If ever, my question is if
Pag
there is
nabaga
an
siya, hindi siya napipipi.
hindi siya
So, nag-reflex siya. Nag-reflex. Pwede bumalik. Pero pag severe impact, they might endure some cracks. Kaya repairable. Mas easy to repair, tapos lighter pa yung task na gagawin mo. Nasa minutes lang, repair na siya. Hindi mo kailangan magantay ng araw. That's a trust.
Bukod po sa magiging open yung collaboration sa ibang businessmen, ano yung iba pang future steps? Magbebenta ba ng Tryk ni Juan in the future? Overall automation-wide?
Alright, may standard practice related to transfer of technology. Normally in IT, in DOST in general, what we can only do is do prototyping and then transfer the technology to an adapter who will do the actual commercial production of the technology. Because we are not here to do commercial work, but rather develop the technology and eventually transfer it to industries who would adopt our technology. So that we would not be developing
commercial quantities in our facility, but rather we would be transferring it to an industry who would be interested to do the commercialization.
Good afternoon po, this project po, how will this boost the country's performance in exporting po baka? Last year, I think medyo down po yung export natin.
I think any new way of finding new applicability of the raw material would really help boost the industry of apaka in the country. And this is an indigenous way of utilizing our raw material, not as a finished product, but rather as an ingredient in something that we can do the application here and sell the finished product as part of, with apaka as part of the product. So it would really tremendously help the apaka industry with this new use of apaka.
Lang po, why did you choose for tricycle instead of yung jeep, which is also a local?
Why?
To answer your question, initially it was the Jeep that we envisioned to really provide the roofing. Initially it was a Jeep, but later on we realized that we will start with small, vehicle first. So after this, then we could go into the roofing of the Jeep.
Boats, pump boats, pump boats.
Has any crash test been conducted on your prototypes? Impact, collision, crash test.
Test for safety. Test for safety and crash test.
A standard in any vehicle manufacturing.
Okay, so before we did the prototype, an extensive study has already been conducted with regards to the mechanical properties, its chemical resistance, and also with durability. But with this launching of Tryk Juan, we are going to include the activity of conducting the physical testing of the actual Tryk. So it is actually part of the monitoring activity together with the prototype.
So,
all right, I think what I'm getting from the project proponents is that the material made for the roofing and the body of the sidecar has been tested comprehensively in terms of its mechanical capability. But they have to do now to test it in the prototype, because that would change, because the configuration and the architecture of the roofing plus the sidecar would have an impact on the durability of the material.
Clear ko lang, no? Durability, material, and mechanical properties, but no crash test. No safety test.
Actually, regarding sa impact test, actually hindi pa nakakonduct. Pero yung structure ng paggawa ng framings and the internal structure or chassis of the frames of the sidecar and the roofing of the sidecar, the same principle pa rin naman yung ginamit in a different material.
That's the different conditions kasi.
So that's why now we're trying to conduct the actual testing as to monitor it, as eventually we'll try to test regarding to the impact and the safety of the structure.
The passengers.
Yeah, the passenger. And to recall about the first question regarding this design and safety. At first, that's why we limited the design natin, because we're trying to make use of a different material, which is the apaka. It's very hard for us to apply on the mold. So that's why the shape is a bit limited and just simple as that. So apparently, upon applying that, we have shown the people that it is feasible for us to do it. So in regard to the strength, that's ongoing. So about the safety for the crash test, it's on the process of doing that.
You did not answer my other question regarding the
the quality of the fiber. Kung may, kung ito ay may, pero...
Pag may contaminants yung abaca, for sure, hindi natin magagamit. Kasi before we make use of it, pina-check natin muna siya. So if there's contaminants in it, or oil, or any other material, pina-check natin siya.
Hindi pwede garbage nila.
The composite is known to absorb the impact much better than metals or most of the materials. That's because composite is composed of fibers and matrix. Matrix, in other words, just plastic. They break very easily. If it is epoxy types. So when they break easily, then means they absorb the impact, the strength very easily. Other much easier than any other metal materials, which means you don't feel as much as when you're riding a metallic. You don't feel as much of impact compared to when you're riding a metallic made tricycle. So theoretically, composite can absorb more. So you don't, human doesn't.
So it will be safer.
Much safer. But of course, it is very hard impact. No materials can withstand that. So as long as it's up to certain amount of impact, it is good with composite. Much better. It is already in the publication. Yes.
Is a similar natural fiber or abaca composites being used in Korean cars, and for that matter, would you also be using the technology in Korea?
Yes. Right now, most of the interior part of the passenger cars, more than 80–90% of them are natural fiber reinforced composites.
In Korea.
All over the world. And this afternoon I'll be presenting some more use of natural fibers, and you can see some of these applications as well. And they are already using more than 80% of the natural fiber composites in interior of the passenger cars all over the world, including Hyundai.
Including Hyundai.
All of them, yes.
So that's now the industry average. That's now the industry standard to be using.
Yes, they have the industry standard. So when we are to apply to automotive, we'll follow the industry standard. Yes.
So, sir, meaning that if it's good for automotive, it must be also good for tricycles.
Yes.
Thank you.
I would like to add with regards to the safety of the passenger. So the reason why we started with the roof, right? Because we are also concerned with the safety of the passenger, knowing that it is the first time that we are going to fabricate using the abaca fiber composite. So we start with the roof. We are also concerned with the safety. So now, once we have completed or finish this activity of field testing, then we can go further in enlarging the component part of the fiber.
Yeah, good afternoon. Annyeonghaseyo from our friends from Korea. I got a chance to be invited by Korean small and medium enterprise sometime in Isla. And I really appreciate the kind of move you have in Korea. You're very appreciative of the projects being done also outside Korea, just like what you're doing now. So I'd like to know the advantage and disadvantage of using this kind of Tryk compared with the conventional tricycle that we're using now. And how about the passengers' safety when it comes to this kind of design you have? Thank you.
advantage mo yan.
Excuse me, can I listen to your question again?
Sorry, I'd like to know the advantage and disadvantage of using this tricycle, driving one out of abaca fiber, and how's the safety of the passengers? Because I noticed that they look to the tricycles, they carry 7 to 8 passengers going up and down lower Bikutan and upper Bikutan.
Okay, one of the advantage of abaca fiber is being lightweight, so the density. So as also mentioned by Dr. Kim, when the materials is lighter, then you can improve the fuel efficiency or can save some gas or energy. So and aside from that, natural fiber has also good thermal properties. So medyo, aside from the lightweight, very ano rin siya, and also environmentally friendly. We can use our own natural safety. When it comes to safety, I think already mentioned by Dr. Leslie, since we already started only the roof, so right now we have to find, of course, our safety is also one of our questions in our monitoring sheets. So yun yung isa sa mga question natin.
Paano lang po, para po naman sa Pangulo ng Tulay, Mr. Clarete, gaano katagal po yung trial period at ano po ang masasabi yung kagandahan nito compared sa conventional tricycle natin ngayon?
Yung una po, yung una naming group, i-confirm dito sa sa bago. Yung ano kasi, yung bubong namin, yung roof namin nung una, ano yun, parang ano siya, parang trapal, yung parang ngayon pag mabagsakan lang ng medyo mabigat, butas po siya. Butas po siya. Ngayon pag mabutas siya, tuloy-tuloy na po yun. Tuloy-tuloy na siya. Pero hindi mo siya pwede tahiin. Kasi ano siya talagang banat yun, hindi mo pwede tahiin yun. Kaya hayaan mo na lang, tapal-tapalan mo na lang kung anong itapal mo para hindi tumulog. Kaya advantage po itong ngayon kasi unang-una kahit mabagsakan man sa sakali, hindi naman siya talagang masisira na dapat palitan. Pero yun, kung nagkataon talaga na mabigat at na halimbawa bumangga, parang kay UP siya. Kaya madali yung dati. Madali masira.
Good afternoon. My name is Jake Mande of Vlogger News TZ and to our Korean friends, annyeonghaseyo. And my question is, as of now po, napipin po yung yung Tryk ni Juan route natin na kasi iba yung kalsada ng rural area kaysa dito sa urban medyo malubak doon. Kaya is possible ba hindi makitest natin tayo sa rural, sa Batangas, or sa Laguna, or sa Benguet?
Yun po talaga yung purpose namin para mapadala rin po, magamit din po yung teknolohiya sa buong bansa actually. So, ito na po yung start. And then, since iba-iba po yung una configuration, iba-iba yung mga terrain ng ating kalye, so maganda po na matest din siya sa mga rough roads and very rough terrain para po talagang complete po yung aming study. So isusunod po namin, yun po yung projection namin, na ma-expose din siya sa ganong sa rural areas.
Kung suggestion ko, try ko po sa may sa Montalban, doon may rock road doon. Bakit ang bundok? There's a place na 12 na ilog na tatawid, tayo sila lang ginagamit lang doon. Baka magagamit natin doon.
Okay, magandang challenge po.
Magandang po challenge yun.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you po. To our Korean friends, this technology, abaca fibers, do you have any plans to use it on other technologies such as phones or laptops or computers aside from cars, like Samsung?
Abaca fiber reinforced composites are good for sporting goods, constructions, and not. I don't think it can be applicable from boards because there's another issue because it's not as strong. But it's strong enough to apply for civil applications, water channels, though for the river and all that. So many of those areas and the construction areas are lots and lots. I'll also talk about the applications if I have to.
Okay. Okay na po. We have 2 more questions po ang pwede pa. Dalawa na lang po at tapos na po tayo. 2 more questions from those na hindi pa po nakapagtanong. After the 2 questions, tapos na po tayo. So, it's time na po.
Good afternoon, everybody, especially from our guests from Korea. My question is, how much did you spend for 1 day at this private mall?
For the roof, approximate only about 12,000 pesos. Kasi po R&D pa siya, so it can be lowered if we have for future or so it can be lowered at the beginning of the
Follow so this question. Actually, cost, kasi R&D nga to. So, nag-invest na rin sa pattern making. So, yun na yung magastos. Yung labor, yung mag-score, maglalagay ng powder, mag-mold, mag-shape niya. Yun medyo costly. Kasi nasabi ni Dr. May, it might be the cost of the end product. Pero on the process, medyo malaki. Dahil, ang yung total ko, 3 digits.
Because mahal yung pattern for the preparation and also the master book. So actually, kung mas marami tayo magagawa, it becomes lower in price. So at the beginning, it's really very medyo costly siya. He's right at about more than one. It's around 3 digits yan. Only for the room. Last question. Last question.
Hello po, kay Director Asanza. Ma'am, kanina po andito si Mayor Cayetano. And may collaboration na po ba between ITDI, USD, and the local government of Taguig? Mawasan, kung meron na po. Para sa Tryk ni Juan.
Wala pa kasi nagpro-prototyping pa lang kami. Pero hopefully once we're finished with all the prototypes and we're really happy with the safety, the quality of the prototype, and we're ready to transfer the technology, definitively we will work first with this area, the mayor of this area.
Yes, ma'am. Lang po kay Mr. Jose Clarete. Sir, sa ibang bayan kasi o lungsod, meron ng City Hall ng libreng Tryk papunta sa isang ahensya. Then possible ba dahil kayo ang nandito sa area na maging libre ang papunta rito sa DOST or magkano ang binabayaran?
Ganyan po yun. Maganda yung ano mo kasi yun. Okay, maganda yun. Kasi doon nagkakaroon ng magandang ugnayan. Pero dinadaan po namin sa pangkalahatang pagpupulong. Yung assembly meeting namin pangkalahatan, doon namin pag-aralan ng board of director para pag-usapan yung bagay na yan. Ngayon, kung halimbawa papasa, at ano namin sa membro, napakaganda para pero sa ngayon hindi ko masagot. parang sinabi ko bininta ko na yung sarili kong samahan. Pag-uusapan hayaan niyo sir, pag-uusapan din po yan. Maganda rin yung ano po kasi nandun yung ugnayan po ng DOST at ang lungtuda. Salamat po.
Salamat po. Isa na lang daw po. Last na talaga to.
Magandang hapon po. Magpo-boil yung question po or either siguro suggestion siguro po kasi nagdagsa ko doon sa safety and durability. Mag-innovate ba tayo na pag yung fiber idagdagan ng coco fiber or styrofoam or ito para magamit yung plastic para mas matibay para sa safety ng passenger. Thank you.
Tatanungin ko po, kayo po'y tiga-DOST?
Media po, media.
Balita po siya. Hawig ng t-shirt natin. Well, anyway, ano po, I think yung kanilang project program will continue to evaluate the various material that can be used, that can be added to the, as a part of the composite, and that will be considered later on. But at this point in time, they're working with Abaca.
Okay. So that's it. No? Tapos na po tayo. Thank you sa ating mga panelists and thank you to our media friends.